Hello, music lovers. Welcome to another episode of the Cups and Cakes Vinyl Unveil, the show where I open up for you Canadian LPs, show off everything inside, the vinyl, the jacket, all the artwork, anything else that might go with it, and maybe urge you to start purchasing your music rather than only streaming it and helping these artists out a little bit more. Anyways, today I have one that I think everybody should know. It is Mac Demarco's 2. It is a reissue of 2 for the 10-year anniversary. And you can see right there, 10-year anniversary. And look at this little quote. I like all my records, but I have the most vivid memories from making this one. Interesting. And looks like we got 2 slabs in here. One is the album, one is demos, and we've got an 8-page booklet with some liner notes, and you can see that reasonable price right there for a double LP. Okay, so Mac Demarco's 2. This is actually the last Mac Demarco that we were able to cover under our strict Canadian content guidelines that we have at the Cups and Cakes Network. We actually have different guidelines than SOCAN. For us to cover a Canadian album, it needs to be from an artist actively living in Canada, be still members of their respective city's music community. And after this album, Mac Demarco moved to Brooklyn, where he recorded Salad Days in his Brooklyn apartment. But this one was recorded and released while he was living in Montreal. And there you have it. So, as you can see, we've got the album that we all know and the demos right there. So let's take a look inside the gatefold. Yes, classic Mac Demarco pose there. Always known as a bit of a goofball. Really fun live shows. Just has a really, really fun air about him. I don't know, I've never met him personally, even though he did spend some time in Edmonton. Prior to moving to Vancouver, prior to moving to Montreal, but I never did meet him. But I did. There are plenty of stories here in the City of Champions regarding Mac Demarco's time here. Okay, so there you have it. 10-year anniversary of 2, Side A, the label, Side B, the label, and for the ones out there in Nerdland, Discogs land, we have a stamped run out. If you would like to track your LPs on Discogs, sometimes these are important. Man, I'm having trouble seeing that. I hope my camera lens isn't smudged. But I can read that off to you. It is 165533E1/H and another stamped code right here, which is, let me just read it, 1D-34065/CT-164-A for side A. Okay, so there it is. The LP itself for 2, and now let's take a look at the demos. Oh, I see. I didn't even notice because I was looking through the camera, but the booklet is actually part of the gatefold. We'll have a look at that after I crack open the demos LP here. And we're looking at very similar labeling. Side C, and I'll take a quick peek. The code appears to be the same on both of those, and side D, and once again, so C and D aren't actually indicated with C and D in the runout code. They are still indicated with A and B. That would be the only thing I would maybe mention. So there's probably actually a different number. There is something a little different here, I think. So I'm currently looking at side C of the demos. And this is a different number if I can ever get it into focus right there. There you go for CT for captured tracks, but I can read it out here. 1D-93632/CTSP-005-A for side C, and the same thing except -B for side D. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm sure all of you are just like, get to the booklet. I want to see the booklet. I don't care about the code. Okay, let's get to the booklet. Okay. Oh, we've got a fair bit of reading here. If you want to pause and read this through, you're welcome to do so. I'm just going to scan through it. And I'm going to read that on my own time. And then we got some goofy drawings here. Oh yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff to read here. I like it. I am one of those nerds that will open this up and read through it all. Okay, and moving on to the end of the note. And some of the credits. And there's Mac Demarco sitting down with a bunch of gear. And that is the end of the booklet. And that is the end of this vinyl unveil. So, Mac Demarco's 2. One I never did get in my collection. So I'm glad it was reissued for this 10th anniversary edition with some bonuses. Love it. I am going to say goodbye and go put this on my turntable right now because it has been years since I've listened to this gem of a record, and I would advise you to get down to your local record store, support your independent record stores, purchase this fantastic record for the very, very low price of under $40. Like, that is unheard of in this day and age. All right, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Cups and Cakes Vinyl Unveil. I'll be back in 2 weeks to open another Canadian LP.